Always wait for a pullback before your entry. We've all been there previously when you've got a trade set up that's looking good. We then go, boom, straight into the trade you've entered. Within the next couple of candles, it's either taking you straight out at stop loss or you're at least in a negative equity on your trade. Then you always sit and think, why does it always do it to me? Every time I place that trade, it always goes straight to a loss before into a positive trade. And that is because we're not waiting for the pullback after the price has pushed in the direction we've been wanting to. I'm Jack Beanie, the main trader for the Limitless Trading Club, and I've been trading for over 7 years now in the Forex markets. Currently just bought myself a Ferrari because it was my birthday, and I'm going to show you why you always need to wait for the pullback before you enter your trade. And if anyone's wondering what's going on behind me, this is my brother Sam's Lamborghini Gallardo bumper. He has decided he wants to put on the fucking wall. So what is a pull? No, I mean a pullback. I'm going to show you what a pullback is on the charts before we show you some live data. What is a pullback and why do we need to wait for it? Well, think about price moving in candlesticks and in the movement it moves. So if we've currently got price pushing up in a bullish movement and then price gives a little pullback into this area and then a second push all the way up. We're looking to gain trades between these pushes. A pullback is very similar to a car. Let's, for instance, you're driving along and then at some point you need to stop and get fuel. That fuel, then you need to fill up, then you can continue with your journey. That is the same with the pullbacks and the pushes. Price is going to move from one resistance zone to your support zone or your support zone to your resistance zone, yeah? So we block our resistance and support out, and then price is going to move in between them two. But at some point in between the movement, you're going to get a pullback where price will then need to build strength again with buyers or sellers and then move in the direction you're wanting. So you always got to wait for a pullback, which will then allow you to have a better entry and also get more of a TP. Plus, it'll save you getting stopped out on trades as well. So again, we can have pullbacks in all directions. Price can be moving downwards, then you have a bigger flag pullback. You can have multiple pullbacks as such. Then we get the sink. And what happens here, we call this a flag pattern for anyone that's new to trading. But this also has multiple pullbacks. So you could be looking to place a trade here, but then price pull back again. So you need to know the differences in larger pullbacks, smaller pullbacks, different time frame pullbacks, and also what different pullbacks do on different currency pairs, because every pair is different in the market. Let's get into some live data on the charts and understand what the pullbacks are in live time. So we're now on Euro USD, and on this pair, which I'm currently waiting for on live data, is we've got a daily time frame head and shoulders pattern rejecting the weekly support zone. I keep ruining that. It's a weekly resistance zone. Jack, what's up here? The weekly resistance zone is what it's fucking rejecting, and we're now looking to grab a trade, an MSBC trade, from the neckline down to the mid zone that I've marked. So what we're looking for here now is the pullback. What I'm currently waiting, we can see we've got structure, if it loads. Come on Elon Musk, hurry up with your Starlink. Now we're on the 4-hour time frame, we can see what's going on. You can see here that price has pushed below the 4-hour and the daily 50 EMA. So you could have been saying, right, I'm going to enter this trade once it goes below the 4-hour and the daily 50 EMA. I know it's now moving in bearish movement, it's moving downwards, and we're looking to catch a short trade. Well, you could have entered in here, but then price would have pulled back into the 4-hour 50, taking you out of the trade. So instead of being a little bit too greedy and not being patient, we're going to wait for a pullback. So as you can see here, price pushed down, it's now pulled back in to test the 4-hour 50. I believe it's going to come in to test the daily 50 EMA before then continuing its push down to that next zone. So that's what happens when we wait. We don't get taken out of the trade and we catch a better entry because we don't have to have such a big stop loss to be behind our barriers. So this is one example. We'll have a quick look and see what AUD CAD has got for us, because we are waiting on a second pullback for AUD CAD. So you can see price here had a quad bottom. You don't really see them a lot at all. You normally see double bottoms or triple bottoms. This is rejecting the bottom of this daily 50. So if we go on a daily time frame, let's see if Elon Musk is going to help us unload quick on the charts. He comes to be on point this time, but a minute ago he was not helping us for any times. You can see price here has rejected the daily 50 EMA 4 times before pushing up. Now let's see, now Elon Musk is ruining it. Come on, Musk. Let's go, come on, Starlink. This is one thing you're going to deal with if you become a full-time trader, is bad Wi-Fi and bad internet. It happens all the time. One week is good, next week it's dreadful. So what you can see price has done here, we was waiting for price to push up, create a new higher high, and then before entering instantly, because it's made a new higher high, we want to wait for a pullback. And that pullback has to be given by the amount it has pulled back itself, so because sometimes a pullback is not enough for what we're wanting. So you can see here, price has pushed up. We did have a gap out at the 10 p.m. open last night on London session, which is Sunday at 10 p.m. for UK time. We can see we had this really big gap out here, and then what I was after was a pullback into the 4-hour 50. You can see that price has not pulled back into the 4-hour 50 and would have not been valid for a pullback. We drop down to the 1-hour time frame. I'll show you that now with a little special tool which TradingView gives you. So this is called the Fibonacci retracement, and we call it fib for short. That was TradingView, is that at the moment. So if you look on TradingView on your side tab, third one down, if you click that out, Fibonacci retracement is at the top. Yours will look different to mine completely because I've had mine for 7 years and I've customized mine to my liking. And if you want to customize your screen to the same as mine, you can find that video inside the Limitless Trading Club. What we didn't use the Fibonacci to see if prices pull back enough, and at a minimum we need 382 fib or more, and that's 38.2% of the 100% push. So we would take that from the previous bullish candle, which was here, and then we would pull that right the way up to see if price pulled back. Price indeed did meet 382 fib, which you can see here. Let me zoom in. But it failed to come back and test the 4-hour 50. So to me, we didn't get the double confirmation there. It was not valid as a trade, so we didn't enter. So that's why we always wait for the pullback. So now you understand what a pullback is. We're going to go back into the live data on back testing on the TradingView setting, and I'm going to show you some proper setups. We're now on NZD CHF, so I'm mixing up currency pairs, and you can see we are on the replay feature on TradingView because it clearly says replay. What we're going to show now is I'm going to show you the pullback and why we wait for a pullback in live time as if it was real data. We're on the 4-hour time frame at the minute. We haven't got any structure or anything played out, so this is not an actual trade, but I'm just going to show you what a pullback is and why you need to wait for it before you enter your trade, being too eager. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for price. We want price to break this double zone we've got here. We've got this, where you can see price tested twice here, so I've got this marked out in the grey box, and we also have a trend line that runs right through the bottom here, which has got previous data where price is made lower lows, and that's how we've made a trend line. A trend line will always need 3 or more touches of a candlestick before it can actually be a trend line. So you can't just have 2 dots and then mark a trend line. It needs 3 or more, and if you can have 5 or 6 areas, then that's even better. So what we're looking for now is we want price to break below this, to then know it's made a new lower low and it's going to continue going down for a sell. So what we're after, we need to see that first. So we're going to bring it up in 4-hour candles. We've got to wait for that break below. Price is now pulling back all the way up. So we don't care what's going on. We're not worried about structure or anything on this. We're just waiting for price to break that low. There we go. We've now got the break. So it's broken on the 4-hour time frame. We've broken the double zone. We've now made or created a new lower low. So we're now going to see if we was going to enter here, you would enter the trade. Oh yeah, it's broken. Thank you very much. Lovely. We're going to enter on this one. We're going to put in a 35 pip stop loss, and then we're just going to run it down. That's one option, yeah? And you're then just going to continue the push and grab the push itself and run with the push. Or you can be a little bit more patient. You can drop down a lower time frame, and we can wait for a pullback to gain a better entry. So here you can see price pushed all the way down, created a new lower low, and then price has started to pull back up into the double zone itself. Ideally, if we can get price to put back into a zone, is even better than just a pullback itself. If we can get it to pull back to a 4 out of 50 EMA and pull back to a 382 fib on the Fibonacci, and also then into a single or double zone, you've got 4 areas where prices pull back to, and you can use them as barriers. So we're now going to see if we can get a little bit better pullback as we are before then placing a trade. So you can see prices pull back there. We're going to see if we can get another touch. We haven't got no engulfing candle yet. Can we get another high test? Let's go. Come on. We know it's going to come. It's going to test that 1 hour. Come on, test that 1 hour. Nope. And again. It's going to test it, people. I told you it was going to test that 1 hour 50. It's just knowledge in here. And then we should get an engulfing candle. Another bit of doji. Is engulfing, but it's a doji. No, we've got a little bit more doji going on. Let's back the front. Can we get a clean engulfing candle? There we go. That was what we was waiting for, that engulfing candle. So now prices pull back. We can check with our checker. So that was our first, that was the pullback. And then it started pushing from there. So we want to go from that highest bearish candle now, because we're not looking for sales, we're going bearish. If you're looking for buys, you're going bullish candles. So we're going to put all the way down. Price has not quite hit 618, but it has hit 50% fib. Beautiful. It's then pulled back into the double zone we got marked. Remember, zones are a guide, they're not perfect. So nothing will pull back perfectly, but it will pull back to that inner zone. So think about it more as a big box than a perfect straight line. From there, we've then pulled back to the 1 hour time frame EMA, and that there, we can give an entry. So we can put that there, we can have our stop loss above this on whatever time frame. Ends of DCHF, I'll probably have a 30 pip stop, just to give us a little bit of play on breathing room if price did decide it wanted to come back up. And then we can run it for our TP if we want to go to 1 to 3, whatever you was after on that setup. The pullback will allow you to get your stop loss behind barriers while gaining a bigger take profit, overall giving you a better risk to reward ratio. It will also put your stop loss out the way, again behind the barriers, stopping you getting taken out from the pullback. Because if you look here, we had a 30 pip stop loss on the exact same setup and we entered on that pullback. If we'd have entered, for instance, here, we would have got taken out of that trade just because we've been impatient and didn't wait for the fucking pullback. Let's see if it's going to work. By all means, this has got no structure or no backing to this trade itself. We've just found an area and a pullback. We're going to run it, see if we make a little bit of money or if price is going to continue pulling up. Bang. Straight into profit. How about that? So that there's why you always wait for a pullback. At the minute, you can see price is currently at the equal to low. Yeah, so it hasn't created a new lower low yet, but it's already been to where price has been to before, which is very easy to do. And we are just over 1% in profit. So we could put a stop loss to entry now, have a risk-free trade, not have to worry about this trade at all, and got to forget about it, go out for lunch, take your supercar out, whatever you want to do, and that trade is risk-free, all because we waited another, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 hours. You had to wait a whole day to place the trade, but you got a better trade, you got a better risk to reward ratio, and now you got no risk in the trade itself. So that's why I wait for pullbacks on every trade I place, and that is a part of my trading strategy.